Did you ever think you would get Beetlejuice II and think to yourself, no, the script where they had a supernatural surfing contest in Hawaii would have been much better? Entertainment Weekly released an article giving us a first look at Beetlejuice II, Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder's role in it, as well as a small glimpse of the plot. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. From what I've heard thus far, it does not sound very great. I'm less than pleased. I'll be the first to admit, haven't seen the film, doesn't come out till September. Anything can happen at this point. I could be totally wrong. But the article I just read, that we'll take a look at now, does not fill me with hope. Now, we've all seen Beetlejuice, so I won't rehash the entire plot. It's great. It's a 9 out of 10 comedy film that still stands up, and in fact, even new viewers enjoy it. It was a perfect comedic premise, acted and directed by masters of their craft, that was both unique and left a lasting impression. I'm not sure anyone who grew up around that time hasn't seen Beetlejuice. He may be the most well-known cinematic ghost, now that I think about it. Well, next to Casper. All other ghosts are terrible. The idea that when you die, you just enter some bureaucracy of rules and regulations, you have to get a job. It was pretty fun. While you got glimpses into the lives of the whole Dietz family, the movie did more or less revolve around the main characters, Lydia, Barbara and Adam, and of course, our man Beetlejuice. A less than alive bio-exorcist with some personality quirks.
Something out of ourselves. We just have to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice fucking model!
And unlike everything else Hollywood wants to make its last stand dollars off of before it becomes irrelevant and obsolete, it never got a sequel. There were talks of sequels, even a script that took the Dietz family to Hawaii. It even involved Beetlejuice taking part in a surfing contest. But until now, there was never a real Beetlejuice II in the works. And after you watch this video, you'll be nostalgic for the version with a surfing contest. That should never be the good idea in your writing room. Beetlejuice lives in the realm of you could never make this movie today. And many people just lost hope that ever see a sequel for it. Who would want to see a watered down modern 2024 woke Beetlejuice anyway? Well, actors and directors that know the money is drying up quick and they want to make a buck and get out of Hollyweird. That's who. And they aren't making something for you to love them for. The name of the game is get your money, sell it to streaming, and get the hell out. You're not their customer. The streaming service is their customer. Your satisfaction doesn't come into play. They're selling movies to advertisers. And not for nothing, making a bad woke crap movie is like putting hashtag trans rights on your Twitter profile. A lot of them do it just to get left alone. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice returns in first look at Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder. Look, I'm not going to complain that this film doesn't have the little boy loving weirdo Jeffrey Jones in it. Cool, leave him out. I'm fine with it. Apparently, Jenna Ortega, Burton's It Girl from Wednesday, has been tapped to play Lydia's daughter, Astrid. Justin Theroux is playing a character named Rory, who, judging by this photo, is either from The Matrix or is a flaming homosexual. So he'll be the Otho, I guess. I don't know. Details about Rory are being kept under wraps for now. Apparently, the sequel picks up with a death in the family, according to the article. In any other film, we could assume this photo was from the funeral, but it's Beetlejuice, so let's not. Lydia Dietz dresses like this to go to the beach. For now, I will assume this would be the death of Charles Dietz, played by child sex offender Jeffrey Jones. Enjoying the legacy every child sex offender deserves. Being killed off. Part of me wants them to recast. And another part of me, knowing what Jeffrey Jones did, says, nah, kill this character. Send the fucker a message. Then the article goes into how cool it was to see Michael Keaton put the suit back on. Something I'm sure he heard enough of becoming Batman again recently. And Tim Burton talks about how he and Michael Keaton had no real desire to do Beetlejuice 2 unless it had an emotional hook. I'm going to read a paragraph now from the article. The hook he was looking for, as it turns out, revolves around Ryder's Lydia and bringing together 3 generations of Dietz women. including O'Hara's Delia and Ortega's Astrid. I so identified with the Lydia character. But then you get to all these years later and you take your own journey going from cool teenager to lame adult, back and forth again. That made it emotional, gave it a foundation. So that was the thing that really truly got me into it. So it's about generations of women coming together in some old house and their flaming homosexual friend? Mr. Burton, I don't know if anyone told you this, but that's the plot of Designing Women. Let me get this straight. The plot of Beetlejuice 2 revolves around a boomer woman, a Gen X goth, a Zoomer girl, and a token homosexual assistant learning to love each other? I mean, I guess Beetlejuice had an underlying theme where Lydia comes to terms with loving her family, but understand this is a bit of a departure from the expectation when you sell someone a Beetlejuice film. I'm trying to be fair here, Mr. Burton. I don't know what you're making in the kitchen, but the ingredients you told me are in it so far sound like a shitty woke remake. And before you start calling me a fascist or a misogynist in the comments, it's not my fault Hollywood took an entire decade shoehorning gay people, left-wing agendas, and women into leading roles in terrible cinema. The human brain works on association. I have, through no fault of my own, associated these things in a movie with a crap sequel or remake, and I'm tired of being called names for it. I will not allow you to tell me I hate women so Hollywood can alleviate their guilty conscience and pass the buck of failure on to me. I didn't make the bad movie, you did. Nothing's wrong with the audience not liking a bad movie. That's Hollywood's fault, and their way of getting an army of young dumbasses to market their film for free. If you make a good film, some giant dummies will call it some kind of ist. If they make a bad movie, they just say you're the thing for not watching their crap. Basically, the ist is the one who's right. It supposedly has William Dafoe in it too, and that's cool. And what about that title? Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. Well, it's been what, 35 years? So it didn't feel like Beetlejuice 2 to me. It didn't feel like that kind of a movie. The other one I thought of, because one of my favorite Dracula movies is Dracula AD 1972, was Beetlejuice 2024 AD. But this was a nice, simple one. Tim, I don't know if you noticed what you just said. You're trying to sell us on buying a ticket to your movie, Beetlejuice 2, by telling us it doesn't feel like Beetlejuice 2? Well, I agree. From what you described, it really doesn't. It sounds like a weird crossover of Wednesday and Beetlejuice that focuses on 3 generations of women nagging one another, where the perverted ghost won't be able to do any of the funny pervert stuff because the house is full of woke 2024 strong independent movie women and they'll sue and cancel him if he tries. Just call it slave juice. Or it's nothing like that and it's absolutely amazing. It doesn't come out until September, so who knows? I'll say this though. If past films from the 80s and 90s brought back with these general casting choices are any indicator, this movie will be another Bill and Ted Face the Music, Masters of the Universe, Ghostbusters 2016 crap woke remake. I say do whatever necessary to not spend any money on it if you plan to watch it. It's okay to hate these woke female remakes. If they were good movies, you wouldn't care. Did it ever occur to you this whole time the original film starred a woman? Lydia was the main focus of the story. Never bothered anyone, because the movie was good. When the movie is good, none of that matters. When they pull a Snow White and start telling you a long time ahead of time how awesome and different it is because those darn men aren't a part of it, what they're really saying is, this is going to be bad. So we want to piss you off ahead of time, causing people who hate you to defend and market our crap for free so that we can recoup a little. We're planning to lose money. Basically, if you are the problem, they aren't. They're master propagandists. Don't be fooled, and don't watch their crap. It's not your fault Hollywood has conditioned you to hate female-led films. Stop apologizing and demand they make good movies. You don't hate women, you hate bad film. If you want to watch something old remade with modern effects, go watch Shogun. It's amazing. But Beetlejuice Beetlejuice sounds like it is shaping up to be painful to sit through. And I hope I'm wrong. Hey, if you disagree, comment below. If you don't, hit the like button and then go to the comments to make fun of those people who disagree. See you next time.